Right, we're ready to continue on with Ole Miss. We'll ask Coach Case for some general thoughts on the game, take your questions for the two student athletes, and then excuse them and finish up with Coach. So, Coach, would you begin?
Yeah, I want to first start off by complimenting Tennessee. Really good basketball team, well coached, and I thought they played a great game today. You know, the one thing we talked about in our scouting of Tennessee is that we cannot let those guys get going from the three-point line, and I thought they did that, especially in the first half. And that's something we never could corral. You know, Josiah James, I want to say, made 3 or 4 threes. Vescovy, obviously, one of the best three-point shooters, kind of let him get loose a few times. And so I thought that was a big part in them winning the basketball game. But I will say this, you know, again, I'm very, very proud of our team, how hard they fought. You know, we held Tennessee to, 31 points in the second half. We just couldn't score, especially in the second half. And I thought that was a big key as well. But I want to take this time as well to just tell my seniors that I'm so proud of them. And I thank them, and I absolutely love them because they gave me every single thing that they got, every single day in practice, every game. And tonight was no different. And I just want you guys to know how much I love y'all.
Appreciate it. Love you too, Coach.
Okay. All right, questions for either of the student athletes? If you'll raise your hand, we'll get one of the remote mics to you. I'll start on the left, on the front.
For Miles, there's really no playbook for, you have to change coaches late in the season. Things get kind of thrown your way. How as a team were you all able to sort of maybe not act like it wasn't there, but keep playing good basketball and keeping yourselves competitive?
When you have a coaching staff like ours, where it's full of head coaches, the response to it was like a head coach. And I think that's what definitely held the team down. And we didn't really feel any different except for, we felt a little bit more motivation to play harder. Just not for, Coach Kern, but, for Coach Case and the rest of the coaching staff. So we handled it like, some mature individuals, and because we had a coaching staff that handled everything like head coaches.
Raise your hand if you have questions for either of the student athletes. All right, let's go on the far left.
For either of you, I know that yesterday kind of I'm trying to think of the right word to say it, but what you guys were, it seemed like house money was kind of the main theme of what you guys had going on yesterday and playing loose. Was that kind of the same thing today, or I guess just how did things play out from the perspective of how you guys felt?
Robert, would you take that one?
Yes, I think that, yes, in a sense, playing loose, that wouldn't say our game plan. We did have plays that worked previously in our last battle against Tennessee, but like Coach always said, we wanted our defense to develop our offense, and I feel like that's what worked for us in the first half, and I feel like in the second half, I feel like a little bit lack of our defense led to a lack of our offense, and that's when we kind of turned to the game plan that we had with the plays that we ran over earlier.
Other questions for either of the student athletes? All right, back to the front row on the left.
For Miles, again, a lot of people that play Tennessee talk about that physicality and how down the stretch the physicality kind of wears on you, and shots that you were making, you don't make them anymore. I mean, what caused some of that down the stretch? Was it their physicality? Was it just not making the shots? What did you see?
That's not funny. I'm sorry. Honestly, I mean, I guess so. They're a mature physical team. They know how to make adjustments. They know how to adapt, and I mean that's the reason why they're one of the top teams in this league. And so yeah, I would say that played a big part in it. Also, just shot selections. We did have a lot of time where we're forcing too many shots, holding the ball a little too long, not getting into the flow of the offense. That's really been helping us, win some of the games that we win. And so, to answer your question, yes, the physicality definitely down the stretch is what played a big part in the loss.
Other questions for either of the student athletes? All right, we'll excuse you. You can return to the locker room.
All right, thank y'all. Appreciate it, Coach.
All right, we'll continue on with Coach Case. If you have a question for the coach, raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone to you. All right, let's start on the far left in the middle.
Coach, that dagger three to end the half, you guys go from being down 3 to being down 6, and Tennessee went on a 10-2 run to end the half. Just how tough was that for you guys, especially considering the fact that you guys were able to keep up with them so much in that first half?
Very, very tough. And I felt like they had the momentum going into the second half because of that three-point shot. But it all started because of a bad shot on the offensive end. And then come back, make a mistake, have a defensive breakdown to give one of the better three-point shooters a wide open three-point shot. So, yes, gave them momentum going into the second half.
Let's go to the middle aisle.
When I know it's been a busy last couple of weeks for you, just curious, looking ahead to your future, what would you like to do next now that this is kind of over?
Well, first and foremost, man, I just want to thank Keith, our athletic director, for giving me this opportunity to be interim coach at Ole Miss, which is a very, very special place. I love that place. My family loves Oxford, and it's just a special place. And don't know yet what the future holds. So I'm going to pray about it and just give it to God and just see what happens.
Next question on the right.
Coach, you mentioned last night you really wanted to slow down Vescovy. You guys did hold him to 15. What did you think of your job on him tonight?
Well, again, we talked about it, with the team for the last day or so, and just knowing that he is the key to everything that they do. And not just making threes. I mean, gosh, he plays so hard. He's in exceptional shape, and he just never stops defensively. And so we tried as best we could. And he got loose a few times for three-point shots. But we knew going in that he was going to be a big key.
Next question on the front left.
Without Ziegler, obviously, Tennessee's been a little different probably from the first time you saw him, from the first time a lot of people saw him. Did y'all see an opportunity to go in there and create some of those turnovers and some pressure? Because the fast break points were pretty big there.
Yeah, we did. Ziegler, obviously, great player. I gave him a big old hug after the ball game. And, I mean, very, very, very special player. And so we knew going in that with him out would definitely give us a chance. But, again, like I said before, we had to slow down Vescovy, Josiah James. We had to slow him down, and we didn't do that with their guards tonight.
All right, next question on the far left.
In the second half, what do you think changed, at least from what you saw, when it came to shot selection?
Yeah. Again, we've had this problem all year long, just where we run into droughts scoring. And for whatever reason, we just and then it rears ugly head today in terms of just could not make timely shots. And we ran into that drought again. I think we scored, 22 points in the second half. And again, going in as well, we knew good shots was going to be hard to find because Tennessee is just such an exceptional defensive team. If you're going to get some points, you're going to have to get it in transition. And we didn't get a chance to get out in transition as much this game as the game before. And so I think that was a big key.
Any other questions for Coach? Raise your hand. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.